With the first goal, you said before the match, Kieran Trippier hadn't trained much. I feel like that's something, if he's not quite so rusty with a few more miles in the legs, he's not sort of caught in like that. Agree or not?
I'm reluctant to focus on one player. I think 3 goals. I mean, that you can't do away from home. We looked good, I thought, going forward. We did create chances. We probably didn't get enough bodies in the box in the key moments during that first half. I thought the goalkeeper made some saves. The woodwork denied us in the second half. But we scored 2 goals. That should be enough to get something from the game.
Yeah, it's the timing of the second goal, a real killer, because you came out in the second half really strongly, got level, and really from their first attack of the second half, you found yourself back behind.
Yeah, you feel the momentum's with us. You feel at 1-1 we're going to go on and win the game. There was a much better feel about us in the second half. I thought we were prepared to make things happen rather than wait for the things to happen. And the second goal from a set play, look, as I said, it's a combination of errors. It's not about one person, and we know we have to do better from that situation.
So was that the half-time message then? Just a bit more front foot, a bit more taking of the initiative?
Yeah, I thought we were good in the first half without being as good as we needed to get the goal that would have turned the game in our favour. I thought we were a little bit reactive instead of more proactive, which we were in the second half. We created numerous opportunities from high pressing regains. We looked a lot better. We scored, and yeah, everything was with us in that moment.
That said, in the first half, you had a very strong looking penalty appeal that certainly cost Anthony on VAR. Eddie, I only asked the broader question because the suggestion today that the Premier League clubs will vote on scrapping it.
Yeah, I've always been in an era that the referee makes the decision, and I'd still back that, even if it means we don't get penalties like today, because I think there are more positives than negatives.
Oh right, so you would, if it was left to you, you'd take it away?
Yeah, I'd possibly keep it for offsides, but I'd like more power with the referees.
Okay, so final day, if you win, very good chance you'll be playing European football next season. You'd have taken that, wouldn't you, during the dark months of the winter with all those injuries?
Yeah, I get asked these questions a lot where you're sort of hypothetically putting yourself in the situation. I don't know. In this moment, we're just disappointed not to win today. We felt it was an opportunity for us to grab Europe rather than be looking around at other results. But that's what we'll have to do.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
You start naming players, you can't leave anybody out. Who am I not thinking about? It's extraordinary the spirit he has. You have to say that, right? The character he's shown all season.
Yeah, you beat her, said it's a big win. But again, you're not gauged at Man United when you beat Newcastle at home. It's about competing in the big games. And again, you're not going to win every week or win championships every year. But you hope that you're up there competing. And Man United have been nowhere near it. But he is trying to be positive. And I like that he's talking about they're competing. And Man United have been nowhere near it. But he is trying to be positive. And I like that he's talking about the young players. But you got to get the mix right. The experienced players haven't done enough. There's been too many injuries. And I do appreciate where he's coming from. Defensively, the injuries have been, has been huge. It's been a huge setback. But overall, you still digest all that. But still, you look at it, the record, the amount of games they've lost, the goals they've conceded, the lack of goals they've scored, the position in the league, the -3 goals or -2 or 3 goals. All these things are not good to look at. But you hope he's given another chance in the summer. And what they need to do is, again, we go back to it, that recruitment, they have to go out and buy some, we were talking here, maybe 4 or 5 world-class players, a couple of centre-halves, a couple of strikers, someone in midfield. You know, it's a long way back for this club.
But before we come to the shopping list, it seems every day. Let's have a look then at the current squad and talk about which players of this group are there to be relied upon. I mean, he started the list for us with the young players he mentioned. You can see on asterisks those who are out of contract.
But that helps, doesn't it? It helps there's a few players that are out of contract.
Yeah. Who are you building around, Wayne?
You have to build it around Bruno. I think you have to build the team around Bruno. He's the one player with quality. He has got fight in him. I think the young players, and then I think all the other players get rid of him.
Sorry?
I think you keep the young players, you keep Bruno, and I think it has to be a massive clear-out. It has to be.
Right.
It's not going to be in one year, but I think it's going to be over the next couple of years.
Well, let's just go through it block by block then. So are you keeping the goalkeeper, Anana? Good enough for United?
I think he's got better. I think he had a shaky start to the season, but I think he has got better.
Defenders, Lisandro Martinez, Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire?
No, for me, Ballow's done well in and out season. But to compete, they need better. They need better players. to compete at this league. And don't get me wrong, these players are good players and good, Premier League players, but to compete with Man City, with Liverpool, with Arsenal, they need better players.
What about in the forwards, Marcus Rashford?
Well, we all know Marcus has got the ability, the capabilities to play at the top level, and we haven't seen it. I just wondered, is it time for Marcus for himself to go and play elsewhere? I don't know. I think he has to ask himself that question, and I want him to stay. I want him to, break records at this club, but he needs to.
The lads who wrote a contract, but there's players here on huge money, and some of them won't be going anywhere. They won't be budging unless they get proper, obviously, paid off. So we talk about recruitment, but getting rid of players. And a lot of the players have been given a lot of opportunities. And there's also worry that these players who are constantly injured. If you're constantly injured, you're no good to anybody. Okay, listen, every club will have a few injuries, but there's certain players in that group there, you're going, they're always injured. You can't rely on these players to turn up week in, week out and play for Man United.
It's like Martial, for instance. I play with him. He's a really nice guy. And where's he been? I can't remember the last time I've seen him play. Like, what's up with him? What's
at
his injury,
at least his contract's up, isn't it? So, no, it is. At least that's a plus. You go, listen, off you go. But again, it won't be easy. And it's well and good us sitting around here going, he needs to go. But the reality is it's going to be really, really tough.
And so he just, caresses it into the bottom of the back of the net. But bad defending from Newcastle, but great finish from him.
Yeah, but about the defending, we were talking about Kieran Trippier and what he brings to the side, least of all experience.
Yes.
Are you surprised in the way that he was caught out? Or was it because of the way the ball got to Minu that he was found wanting at that point?
Yeah, it was the way the ball got to Minu. I know that Guimaraes was supposed to go with him, but then for me, with someone of his experience, you go to the ball because that's where the danger is. Yeah. If it goes out wide, then it's more of a difficult finish. But he doesn't go to the ball and he reacts too late, and then the ball's in the back of the net. You're 1-0 down.
A lot of that's also timing. If you haven't played, he hasn't played. He hasn't been in the back four. They shuffle up. He drops off. He's in between two minds. Once he realises he's in two, it's too late. And Les makes a great point. He should have just gone to the ball and tried to stop it.
Into the second half, and you can understand Eddie Howe would have had a few words with the Newcastle players because they weren't quite at it in the first 45. It only took them 4 minutes to get level.
Yeah, we spoke about it and we said, they've just not been at the races. We've hardly seen Isak, and then all of a sudden he gets on the ball, plays a great through ball. And great ball from Murphy, and this is an absolute fantastic finish. I can't tell you how good this is because this is a real difficult skill because he's hit this on the outside of his boot. But the momentum takes, it's a great cross, just gets the outside of his boot on it. It's a great finish to keep that down. I mean, Amrabat makes a bit of a mess of it. But we said about why not have a right footer play on the right wing so you can cross the ball? Yeah. But, it's you just whip it into an area, there's a big gap there. But I tell you what, some finish from Gordon, he's brilliant. Just get in at the back post, it's there for you.
11 goals. 10 assists this season in his first full season for Newcastle. Yeah,
numbers are fantastic, and his energy and what he brings to the side. And once they scored that goal, you kind of felt, come on, they can go on and get a few more here. This is, they've had a bit of a telling off in the change rooms. Yeah. They're going to take it on from there.
Yeah, a crucial few minutes, actually, which followed, and we saw Newcastle have a terrific chance. Isak's effort was clearly cleared by Amrabat. And moments later, Ahmad with a moment to remember.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you've got to hang around the box, it'll come to you, I said that to my son and his team. I said, somebody just hang out on the edge of the box, you'll get a shot. Yeah. Ahmad does that, absolutely hits it as clean as you can hit a ball.
I mean, it has to be said, a poor header for Murphy, who should clear that at the near post, but it goes across the thing. But look at this, as he strikes it, the ball stops oscillating. It just takes the sting out of it. It just goes clean. He won't strike one cleaner than that. Absolute fantastic strike.
I like the fact Kobe Manu don't over-celebrate. No, he's so chill. I like that. He deserves it. And like Ahmad as well, that you can tell the boys they have confidence in themselves and belief. And I think that's what you need as a United player. You need a bit of belief, on that big stage. He looks comfortable when
outing from him against Newcastle with a goal and an assist. I mean, same question that I asked Steve, Owen, to you. Are you surprised he's had to wait so long? It was only the other game that he had to make his Premier League, his first start.
Yeah, I think probably a lot of United fans are probably surprised. But when you pay 90 million for Anthony,
you know, you're probably gonna have to play him so you can figure out what the plan is this season and next. But you know, you think about all the players. You know, Man United still have Jadon Sancho, by the way, in the Champions League final. Wow. You know, Marcus Rashford, who's on his day is an unbelievable player. You know, Bruno Fernandes, Højlund. They've got a lot of, you know, parts. So I'm not surprised it's been tough for him to find minutes. But I think he's playing now so they can figure out what's the plan for next season. Because you need to play him, and then you can make a plan for some of these young guys.
Yeah. Manchester United built on their lead. They made it 3-1. 140 seconds after coming off the bench. Rasmus Højlund.
Yeah, we spoke a lot about him before the game. Was surprised to not see him in the starting lineup, but gets onto the pitch and he gets his opportunity. You know, great ball there from Fernandes just through the legs, and then here he shows a lot of calm. And for someone who hasn't scored goals in 10, takes that.
Well, 1 in 10. Actually.
One in 10. Sorry. Great ball from Fernandes there through the legs of Joe Linton, and then Højlund does the rest. Goes through the legs of the defender as well, Hall, but and blindsides the goalkeeper, and that's exactly what he needed.
It's almost a perfect kind of cameo performance, isn't it, from Højlund?
Well, he looks like a goal scorer there to me. Yeah. Shift, bang,
holds off the defender
with your right foot. I think I like he's got like that spirit in him. You know, he's like a bit of a Viking. You know, I like that. I think you need that when it's difficult. You need people to fight against it, and he'll do that. And they just got to surround him with people that are going to create some chances for him. I think he could score 25, 30 goals next season. If he gets a bit of service. And I think he just needs to play consistently. You know, stop taking him out and saying, "Oh, he needs a rest or he needs this." You know, if he's fit, give him a little run and let him work with some people that he's going to create chances from consistently. I'm sure, Les, when you were at your best, you knew who was crossing it from the right or who was crossing it from the left. Whereas he has kind of different, it looks like he has different partnerships all the time.